Welcome to Podcast Learn and Fun. Let's start today's journey of learning.
These tiny packets of energy
Right.
that are zipping around inside materials, making things glow or even generate power, that's an exciton.
Wow.
And today we'll explore these fascinating particles
Right.
and uncover why their journey, called Exciton Migration, is so crucial for technologies like solar cells and LEDs.
Okay.
It's like a microscopic delivery service,
Yeah.
bringing energy precisely where it's needed.
Mm-hmm.
To understand this journey, we need to start with what an exciton actually is.
All right, so help me visualize this. What exactly is going on at this tiny scale?
So picture this, right? Light hits a material,
Okay.
and it energizes an electron enough to jump to a higher energy level.
Okay.
This leaves behind a sort of vacancy, like a hole, where the electron used to be.
Oh, I see.
Now this electron and this hole are drawn to each other and form a bound pair.
Okay.
That's our exciton.
So it's like a little dance duo,
Precisely.
the electron and the hole, bound together.
And just like dance partners, there are different types of excitons with varying levels of freedom. Some are tightly bound, like a close waltz, known as Frenkel excitons. These are commonly found in organic materials.
Interesting. So some excitons are more like free-spirited than others.
Exactly. Wannier-Mott excitons are more loosely bound, like a casual swing dance.
Yeah.
They have more room to move around. And these are typically found in inorganic semiconductors.
Okay, so I think I'm starting to get the picture here. We've got these tiny electron-hole pairs, our excitons. But why is their movement, this migration, so important? What's the big deal?
Well, their movement is crucial for many applications. Think of a solar cell.
Okay.
For it to generate electricity, excitons need to reach the interface between two materials. If they don't make it in time, their energy just dissipates as heat. It's a missed opportunity to create power.
So it's a race against time for these little energy carriers.
Exactly. The same principle applies to LEDs. The location where an exciton ends up determines where light is emitted. So controlling exciton migration is key to creating efficient and bright displays.
So it's all about guiding those tiny energy packets to the right place. This is starting to sound like a very intricate dance with a lot depending on the excitons getting their steps right. But how do they actually move? What are their dance moves?
There are two main ways they move: diffusion and hopping. Diffusion is like spreading out through a room driven by heat. The higher the temperature, the faster the excitants diffuse.
So more heat means more energy, and that makes them zip around faster. But wouldn't that also make them more likely to bump into things and lose energy?
That's a great point. There's a trade-off. Higher energy also means they could lose that energy more quickly. It's like a sugar rush, intense but short-lived.
That makes sense. What about the other type of movement, hopping? How does that work?
Hopping is more like carefully leaping between stepping stones. It's common in materials that are disordered, where there aren't clear, smooth paths for the excitants to follow.
So it's more strategic, finding the best spot to land and then jumping again. But wouldn't that make hopping less efficient than smoothly diffusing?
Absolutely. Disorder in a material acts like a series of obstacles, making it harder for excitants to hop efficiently. And it's not just the physical structure that matters. The energetic landscape of the material also plays a role.
Energetic landscape. Now I'm really picturing like a mountain range inside the material with peaks and valleys.
You're on the right track. Think of it as hills and valleys within the material. Excitants can get stuck in low-energy valleys, which slows down their progress towards their destination.
So they need enough energy to climb out of those valleys and keep moving. This is fascinating. I'm curious, how do scientists actually observe these tiny movements? It's like trying to watch a single ant move in a huge anthill.
It's quite a challenge, but scientists have developed some incredibly sophisticated techniques. One is time-resolved photoluminescence, where they shine light on material and watch how it glows over time. This helps them understand how fast the excitons are moving and how quickly they lose energy.
So it's like watching their dance moves under a strobe light. That's clever.
It is. And they have even more powerful tools like femtosecond transient absorption spectroscopy. This technique uses incredibly short pulses of laser light to essentially film the excitons' journey in real time.
Wow, that's amazing. They can actually see the excitons moving.
It's not quite seeing in the traditional sense, but it allows them to track the excitons' energy changes and movements with incredible detail and precision. And then there's single molecule tracking, which is like attaching a GPS tracker to an individual exciton.
Wow, that's getting up close and personal. So they can actually follow a single exciton's journey.
Exactly. They can see how an individual exciton hops and diffuses and how it interacts with its surroundings. This level of detail is amazing.
It is.
And it's all leading to sophisticated models and theories to describe exciton migration with incredible accuracy.
So how do scientists use these models to understand this complex dance of excitons? It sounds like a lot of math.
It does involve math, but the key is understanding what those equations represent. One fundamental model is the diffusion equation, which describes how excitons spread out over time, similar to how heat spreads through a room.
So it's like predicting how the warmth from a fireplace spreads. That makes sense.
Precisely. But for more complex situations where other factors are at play, they use the Fokker-Planck equation, which considers not only diffusion but also recombination, the process where the electron and hole reunite, causing the exciton to lose its energy.
Ah, so that's when the dance partners decide to sit one out. That makes sense. It sounds like scientists have a whole toolbox of models to understand exciton movement.
They do, and there are other models too, like rate equations, which describe the population of excitons in different energy states, and continuous random walk, which is used to model hopping behavior. There's also kinetic Monte Carlo simulations, where they can create virtual environments and let the excitons loose to see how they move under different conditions. And there's Marcus theory, which helps calculate the rate at which excitons transfer their energy between two sites.
Wow. It's amazing how all these models and theories work together to paint a comprehensive picture of exciton migration.
This has been a truly fascinating dive into the world of exciton migration.
I agree. It's incredible how something so small can play such a significant role in our understanding of materials and their properties.
It's amazing. And I'm curious to hear more about the real-world applications of this knowledge. Where does all this research actually make a difference?
Well, that's what we can explore next. We'll dive into the exciting areas where understanding exciton migration leads to innovations in various technologies.
I'm looking forward to it.
Welcome back to Podcast Learned in Fun. We just discussed what excitons are and how they move.
Yeah.
Now, let's shift our focus to how scientists actually study these tiny particles.
Yes. I'm eager to learn about the tools and techniques they use to observe this microscopic world. We talked about how excitons are incredibly small and fast-moving. How do scientists even begin to track their movements? It's a remarkable feat of ingenuity. One of the most powerful techniques is called time-resolved photoluminescence.
Oh, okay.
Or TRPL for short. It involves shining a brief pulse of light onto a material and then carefully observing how the material emits light over time.
So they excite the material with light, create excitons,
Right.
and then watch how the light fades away. What can they learn from that?
By analyzing how the emitted light changes over time, scientists can extract a wealth of information about the excitons. They can determine how fast they're moving, how far they travel before losing their energy, and even gain insights into the mechanisms of energy transfer within the material.
It sounds like they're piecing together a story of the excitons' journey by observing the light it leaves behind. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But I imagine there are even more sophisticated methods to really see these tiny particles in action.
You're absolutely right. Another technique called femtosecond transient absorption spectroscopy uses incredibly short pulses of laser light to probe the material and track the excitons in real time. These laser pulses are so short, we're talking quadrillionths of a second.
Wow.
That they can capture snapshots of the excitons movement with incredible precision.
Wow, quadrillionths of a second. That's mind-bogglingly fast.
Oh.
So are they essentially creating a movie of the excitons' journey?
It's not a movie in the traditional sense,
Right.
But the data they collect allows them to create a detailed picture of how the excitons' energy changes and how it moves within the material. It's like having a super high-speed camera that can capture the excitons' every move.
That's incredible. But can they actually track the movement of a single exciton? That seems almost impossible.
Believe it or not, they can. Single molecule tracking techniques allow scientists to follow the path of an individual exciton as it hops and diffuses through a material. It's like attaching a tiny GPS tracker to an exciton and watching its every move.
Okay, that is truly impressive. What kind of insights can they gain from tracking a single exciton?
By observing the movement of a single exciton, scientists can see how it interacts with its immediate environment. They can learn how the material's structure, defects, and even the presence of other excitons influence its path. It provides a level of detail that's simply not possible with other techniques.
This is fascinating. It sounds like scientists have an incredible arsenal of tools to study exciton migration. But I imagine there must be challenges too. What are some of the hurdles they face in this field?
One of the biggest challenges is the sheer complexity of the systems they're studying. Excitant behavior is influenced by a myriad of factors, including temperature, the material's structure and purity, and even the presence of external electric or magnetic fields.
So it's not just about observing the excitant's movement, it's about understanding all the forces that are acting on it and influencing its behavior.
Exactly. It's like trying to solve a multidimensional puzzle where each piece represents a different factor that can affect excitant migration.
Mhm.
And then there's the challenge of developing new and improved experimental techniques to probe these systems with ever-increasing precision and resolution.
It sounds like a constantly evolving field with scientists pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Yeah.
What are some of the exciting developments on the horizon for studying excitant migration?
One exciting area is the development of ultrafast imaging techniques. Scientists are working on ways to capture images of excitant movement in real time with even greater speed and resolution than ever before. This would allow them to observe the dynamics of excitant migration in unprecedented detail.
So even faster cameras to capture those fleeting moments.
Yeah.
It's amazing to think how far this technology has come.
It is. And another promising area is the use of single-molecule spectroscopy techniques
Okay.
to probe the energy levels and dynamics of individual excitants with incredible precision. This could lead to breakthroughs in our understanding of how excitants interact with their surroundings and how those interactions influence their behavior.
It sounds like scientists are constantly striving to refine their view of the excitant's world. But let's shift gears a bit and talk about the practical applications of all this knowledge. How is the understanding of excitant migration actually being used to improve technologies?
That's a great question. One of the most exciting areas where excitant migration research is making a significant impact is in the development of organic solar cells, or OPVs.
Yes, we touched on those earlier. They're the flexible, potentially cheaper alternative to traditional silicon-based solar cells, right? How does excitant migration come into play there?
In OPVs, the efficiency of converting sunlight into electricity depends heavily on how well excitants can move within the material and reach the interface where they can generate electric current. Scientists are using their knowledge of excitant migration to design OPV materials and structures that maximize this efficiency.
So it's about creating pathways for the excitants to travel efficiently and reach their destination.
Exactly. They're developing techniques to control the morphology of the materials, using special molecules to act as excitant shuttles, and exploring new combinations of materials to optimize excitant transport and energy conversion.
It's fascinating to see how this fundamental understanding of excitants is leading to real-world advancements in solar energy technology. And we also talked about LEDs, how the position of the excitant determines where light is emitted. How does that research translate into better LEDs?
Well, by understanding how excitants move and interact within the light-emitting layers of LEDs, scientists can design devices that emit light more efficiently and with greater control over the color and direction of the light.
So it's about guiding the excitants to the right places to create the desired light output.
Precisely. They can manipulate the materials, the size and shape of the nanocrystals used in LEDs, and even the way the layers are structured to influence excitant behavior and optimize light emission.
It's incredible how this tiny particle, the excitant, is at the heart of so many technological advancements. Are there other areas where excitant migration research is making a difference?
Absolutely. Excitant migration plays a key role in many other emerging technologies, including light harvesting systems, organic transistors, and even quantum computing, which we'll explore next.
Quantum computing?
Yeah.
That sounds incredibly complex. I'm definitely intrigued to learn more about that. Welcome back to Podcast Learn and Fun. We've covered a lot of ground, from the basics of excitants to the sophisticated techniques used to study them. Now I'm really excited to delve deeper into these practical applications you mentioned.
It's amazing how something so tiny can be at the forefront of so many technological advancements. We've talked about solar cells and LEDs, but excitants are also making waves in other exciting areas.
Yeah, you mentioned quantum computing.
Right.
That's a field that always sparks my curiosity, but it seems so complex.
Yeah.
How do excitants fit into this futuristic world of quantum computers?
Well, it's all about the unique quantum properties of excitants. They can exist in a superposition of states, meaning they can be in two states simultaneously, unlike classical bits that can only be either a 0 or a 1.
Okay, that's where my brain starts to bend a little. I know superposition is a key concept in quantum computing, but how do excitants actually become these quantum bits, or qubits as they're called?
Scientists are exploring ways to use semiconductor nanostructures called quantum dots. These tiny dots can trap excitons and allow researchers to control their properties very precisely.
So it's like creating a tiny playground for excitons, where scientists can manipulate them to perform quantum operations.
Exactly. And the ability to control exciton migration within these nanostructures is crucial for building efficient and scalable quantum computers. It's still early days, but the potential is huge.
That's mind-blowing. It's amazing to think that these tiny packets of energy could be the key to unlocking the power of quantum computing.
It is, and it highlights the incredible diversity of applications for exciton migration. We see it in areas like light harvesting, which mimics the way plants capture sunlight for photosynthesis, and in organic transistors, which could revolutionize flexible electronics.
It seems like exciton migration is everywhere, playing a hidden but crucial role in shaping the technologies of the future.
It really is a fascinating field with so much potential. And as scientists continue to explore and unravel the mysteries of exciton behavior, who knows what other groundbreaking applications we'll discover. It's a journey of discovery that's just beginning.
It's been an incredible journey exploring the world of excitons. From understanding their fundamental nature to witnessing their impact on cutting-edge technologies, it's clear that these tiny particles are making a big difference.
It's a testament to the power of scientific inquiry and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. By delving into the intricate dance of excitons, we're not only expanding our understanding of the universe, but also paving the way for a future filled with technological marvels.
Thank you for listening to Podcast Learn and Fun. If you like our videos, please subscribe, click the like button, comment, and share. See you next time.